Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the lifestyles of the rich and famous. This is my house. This is where they've banished me to, this dungeon here. Just kidding. This is a cool location for local graffiti. This is my unicorn named Pinks. What up, y'all? Got him at the Humane Society. Anyway, this is episode number 2.5. There you go. 2.5 part 2 or 3. This Anyway, as you can see, this is a real nice living quarters. Get you guys a nice little look at the world here. This is the life of a musician. Most of us are forced to live. Yeah, no, this is a depressing place. Anyway, how to FL Studio Mobile. How to make a drum track using just the FLSlicer. That is what we're doing here. So this video is like kind of a mixture of multiple videos to make one video. I think I've already mentioned this. FLSlicer is a application that's been part of FL Studio for a long time. It's on the actual computer version or the producer's version. They added it to the mobile version a couple years ago. So if you've never used the PC version, this is a primitive version of the one for the PC. A lot of like the new functions that whenever they do an update are basic at this point have been just old FL like PC version rehashes, I guess you could say. But yeah. This is a really professionally done, high quality recording. Anyway, this is just drum and bass. Right here is just this bass. So that's bass. This right here. That's slicer. It's a synth and a sampler mixed together. That's what's cool about the slicer. So, if you look on the far left, there's little icons for certain things to help kind of differentiate the so those keyboards are all slicer because it also is a synth. That symbol is for a synth. the one above it, the red one, right here, that is the FL sampler. Boom, boom, and then drag up from the bottom. You'll see it's a real basic sampler. Real basic fucking functions. Like, let's see here. If you go here, double click, boom. Also, if you look on the file, let's see, I'm hitting the solo. If you haven't figured that out, that's so you can isolate one channel. Now let's isolate this little part. Alright, now it's reversed. See the magic? Also too, if you're ever like trying to, in a hurry, as you can see I'm panning left and right, if you're get something stuck or you're trying to get it back to its original position, if you just double click, see the pan, double click, boom. Pitch. You discover something new every day. Was doing right there is a good way to get your levels even. But yeah, it's pretty much it. While I was away, I added this bass line just to make it a finalized song. I built this little bass rig. As you can see, I used the FX filter and the comb filter. Those are two really important add-ons, like if you're trying to make bass music, like heavy bass music. difference between the sampler and the slicer. That's what the slicer looks like, obviously. It's like a synth sampler combo, as I was saying before. Earlier in the video, I kind of tweaked this. There's pre-laid out drum loops that you can modify to your liking. Just experiment with it. But yeah, the song is all drum and bass, so. And then while I was gone, I added master channel mastering effects. I recorded that in. If you're going to use a compressor, which is good to use on any drum-related track, or I always put one on the master track. I use the multi-band one, which is right at the top. You want to go for a divided, evenly, like watch right here. These guys. You can hear the bass is really faint, it's okay. Low should sound muffled. Mid should sound like a... And high should sound almost like a grocery store speaker. Is a song. Believe it or not, there's famous songs that are made with less, sadly. And always save. And when you're gonna export, hit save button. You always want to save if you're gonna like upload something like into Spotify or SoundCloud or anything like that. You always want to render a wave and an MP3. Wave is the most important. Save. Obviously, you want to turn that on. I don't really do anything else. Render. Keep both is gonna, if you're making multiple versions, to compare and contrast. So boom. I'm journeying on to the Mickey D's. Damn it. And I'm climbing a wall. That's my penis. And then hit show in browser. See what I mean? And then save an MP3. how it renders, and I'll show you the beautiful scenery. This freaking rock climb. That right there is Chill Trap Records logo, in case you didn't know. We made it. But yeah, show them browsing. Give it a listen. Sorry about the exterior noise. I want to smoke a whole boat. Look at all the beautiful people out here. There, Grandma. Let's show the world the music. About that. Look at all the tools. Yuppies. And then once you do that, I'm not going to play this whole one, but nope. As you can see, the 1, 2, the one I just made is the 2. Some asshole on a button. Skip through to make sure everything is good. I've had issues on Android where the end of the track sometimes have issues. It's always good if you don't want to listen to the whole thing just to skip to where I just did. Make sure it ends clean the way you recorded it. And that's that. The only other thing I have for you, if you're gonna actually like try to distribute your tracks or beats or whatever the hell you want to call them, like on like Worlds or BeatStars or any of those production sites where you sell your beats, you have to render them like this. So the way what I just showed you is good for like SoundCloud, Apple Music, etc. But you need to make a wave, save, and this is important. You need to hit right here. It's like really important. This guy, split mixer tracks, which what that does, and then it'll say enable master effects. You do both. You render one with and without, and render. And as you can see, it's making the file. What it does is you'll hear the term stems. These producers like to say, if you go to try to sell your beats, they'll say, do you have the stems? You got the stems? If you don't have the stems, it makes them a lot less. They're worth just dollar amount significantly less. These are the stems, like what they're referring to. So what it's doing is making a file for each individual track. As you can see, 2 of 5. Three of 5, etc. And 4 or 5. As you can see, it has whatever you named the project at the beginning, and then it has the name of the channel right there. When you click on your channel, like in the mix or the playlist, which is the main screen where you record everything, if you hold on the far left on your channel with and you bring up the drop box, it'll see there'll be a function that says channel or modify channel or customize channel or channel something. If you click on it, you can name the stem. That's how you get right here. And then, yeah, I'm like 30 seconds. Alright, see, this right here is its own. If you go back there, this right there is everything. Those are the stems. Producers like to butcher your song. If you're gonna sell it, you know, they're allowed to do what they want. So like I was saying before, I do both. Then I do one without the master effects. Keep both. But yeah, that's all I have. I was talking about the playlist before it stopped rendering. These guys right here, you can rename them, which I would do if you made your own sound or like tweaked the synth out and adjusted all the settings and modules and stuff. I would rename it, especially if it's like a key part of your song, which, as you can see, like that right there is the factory name for the bass. What I'm talking about is showing browser. There should be 2 of them, yep. Anyway, where you can do that is right here. You go on the far left. Click on one of these guys. Get the drop box to come down like so, and it's right here, channel settings. Click on that. Shit. You see deep substep. I completely made this bass on my own. Rename. Moderns. Chill. Bass. What the fuck? Alright, there we go. And that's it. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching my video. Bye bye.